All right, everyone. Hello, it's Lightning Star, coach of your Arizona Dactyls in CPC Season 3, and I'm bringing you another coach interview with Aberforth of the Brisbane Brelooms.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. All right, so we got a couple questions here. Some of them are serious, some of them are fun. So let's get right into it. So
Okay.
how long have you been playing Pokemon in general?
Do you mean competitive or just the games or?
Both. Like, how long have you been playing the games, like, and then how long have you been playing competitive?
Well, the games. I started playing the games when I was 6 years old, and my parents bought me a copy of Sapphire. No, they bought me a copy of Ruby, and they bought my cousin a copy of Sapphire.
No.
And I played until Black and White one, and then I think I stopped playing the actual cartridge game around Black and White 2 because I lost my DS, and then I took it back up again for Oras. Um, but as for competitively, I've only been playing for a year and a half now. Started December 2014.
All right. Well, I mean, you've got a little bit of a name. You've been to the MPL. So,
Yep.
so speaking of the MPL, how much league experience do you have? So,
Um, I have one season in the NPL minors, and however many weeks it has been in the NPL majors of this season. Not very much, in other words, but
I mean, you've been doing pretty decently. You're like 2-2 right now, or 2-3?
2-3
Or
at the time of this
two.
recording. I
All right.
lost. I lost my last game against Rob, and
Ah,
I'm still annoyed about that because I could have played a lot better.
it happens. Sometimes you're on an off game.
Yep.
So, how confident are you going into this league, Wes? How much confidence do you have?
You've always got to be very confident, in my opinion. If you start doubting yourself, then you'll never succeed. You'll never win.
Good point. Good point. All right. So I don't know if you've taken a good look at the drafts, but what would you say is the scariest draft to your team?
In terms
So,
of the draft itself, I would probably say, I think the Emerald City Milotics are probably the ones with the scariest draft, just because I I feel they've got really good synergy. I don't see them repeating a type. They've got sand, they've got speed, they've got bulk, they've got pretty much everything I would look for in a draft league team. And they've even got Mega Beedrill, which was a Mega I was actually considering for myself for a while. Um, in terms of scariest player with their own draft, though, you've got to go Chimpact, haven't you? He's got Sand, he's got Zard Y, etc., etc. But I
it's,
just feel like in terms of purely drafting, the Emerald City Milotics have a better team than his.
yeah, I mean, I know him. He's been in the CPC. He actually won the last season.
Oh
So,
well, doesn't
so
that say everything?
all right. So as you said, scariest coach probably Chimpact. I mean, GBA. It looks like we drafted kind of like a fizz team. If you know, like it has a couple. At least what I noticed, a lot of it just seemed very fizz-esque to me. So yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
Anyway,
Pardon?
like Fizz, like Fizz, coach of the Atlanta Haluchas, the GBA.
Oh, okay.
So,
I thought you
I
were talking about me for a moment.
all right, that's fine. Anyway, so how confident are you feeling in your week one matchup? So,
My week one matchup is against Matty Brolick. For the people in the chat who don't know, he's a good friend of mine, a fellow coach in the MPL. We had to play week one then as well, which is kind of annoying. As for my matchup with him, I feel like it could go either way, and I feel like it's pretty much going to be down to who plays better because he's got some really, really big threats to my team, namely the stuff like the Mega Medicham and the Entei, in my opinion. But at the same time, if I can play well with, for example, my Haxorus, or if a Chandelure set doesn't prepare for as well as he could, and I feel like I've got more options, even though he's got perhaps more threatening options. So And I do have Mew, which is at least something of a check to Mega Medicham. Jeez, he's gonna be doing well with that draft. I've just got to be careful with his Weavile as well.
His
Week
very
one-
high offensive priority.
Yeah,
Max.
week one, I feel like it's going to come down to who plays better because we're both very good players. I'd say he's probably a bit better at prepping than me, but I do feel like it is going to be decided in game.
Well, I'm excited to looking forward to that match. That's true. I assume you are too.
Yes.
So anyway, let's move on to some less serious, less league-related topics here. But well, if you were to rank each generation, like generation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, from your least favorite to your favorite, how would you rank them? It's just
Okay. Least favorite is easily RBY, but I'm trying to think of the rest of them. No offense to anyone who particularly likes Gen 1, but my feelings of the Gen are completely tarnished forever after playing it competitively, or trying to, and getting frozen, and getting stuff like explosions missing and soft boils failing. I've taken a dislike to the generation.
yeah,
Aside
pretty
from that,
popular.
I like pretty much all of the rest of the generations. I really enjoyed what Black and White did with adding a whole Pokedex full of new Pokemon at the same time, sort of rebooting the entire franchise. But I think I would probably put that one as my second least favorite. I just didn't enjoy it as much as the others. Third least favorite, or fourth favorite, I guess, would probably actually be. I think it would actually be Gen 6 for me.
Alright.
Yeah, I really enjoy all of the new Pokemon and the new mechanics. I enjoy them all, but in terms of in-game, the story is easy and
Yeah.
probably too easy.
Yeah, I recall playing Gen 3, and, like, if you play Auras, it's 10 times easier. So,
Oh yeah,
it's
the
like-
difference between Emerald and Auras is, I mean, I think I could have finished Auras without a single grinding session, without a single difficult attempt. It helps when they give you free Latiases and Latiases halfway through.
I mean, that. And also,
And-
like, the broken experience share, but, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's
also when you're working through X and Y, and you try and think, okay, I'll make this as challenging as I can, I'll turn off the EXP share, etc., etc. Oh, a free Mega Lucario. Okay, I'll take that.
it's
And
like,
I just feel like perhaps the... how to best phrase it? The in-game playability just lowers Auras for me. So, third favourite. I'm probably going to buck the trend here. I'm actually going to say that my third favourite generation was Gen 4. I enjoyed the games, don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
I didn't enjoy them as much as... putting it very simply, I was younger when I played the other two generations, so I've got better memories of them. So, I would go... between the other two, I would probably go Generation 2 and then Generation 3. In terms of my favourite is Gen 3, my second favourite is Gen 2. Gen 2, I will forever hold a grudge on my friend who overwrote my save file, which had a level 86 Pidgeot. Like, that should say how good I was at the game. It was something like 80 hours played and my highest level was 86. I really enjoyed the game. I think I got it second. It was after I got Sapphire, but I remember playing through and enjoying pretty much everything, because I'd never seen Lugia and Tyranitar and stuff before, because they weren't available in Sapphire. And I really enjoyed I enjoyed almost everything about Gen 2, in all honesty. I remember enjoying the day-night cycle, because they'd actually removed that for Gen 3. And
Yeah, they kind of like took a step backwards almost as Gen 3. But...
yeah, they still had the clock, but they didn't have day and night, which was weird.
Yeah.
But I remember really, really, really wanting an Umbreon. Umbreon, it was one of my favorite Pokemon for a very long time. And that goes into a little bit as to why I like Gen 3 so much. I loved Sapphire and Emerald. Those were the two Hoenn games I got. I really enjoyed Fire Red. It fixed up a lot of the problems that the originals had. Not that I knew it at the time, because I'd never actually played RBY. Although I eventually did end up playing Yellow and failed to complete the game. But that was when I was like 8, so don't hold that against me. But then after them, they also introduced Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness, which are to date my favourite two Pokemon games. And I love the idea of being the guy who snags other people's Pokemon, even though I had an annoying assistant who would stop me from doing it with every Pokemon. But I remember enjoying XD a lot. The fact that you get to start out with an Umbreon and an Espeon and in Colosseum, and the fact that you get to start out with an Eevee in the other one. Yeah, I just really, really enjoyed the game.
I can understand that. I mean, I haven't personally played those games. I mean, I've kind of played through a little bit of the beginning of XD, I think, but I don't know. They always seem pretty cool to me, so, because they're just kind of like the 3D animation.
Yeah, they are.
I like it. So
they are cool. I think that anyone who's tired with the main series Pokemon games because of their too repetitive formula or something, they should definitely check out XD and Colosseum. There's some ways you can do it without a GameCube, because I'm not entirely certain if it's legal to say the ways. But yeah, they're just really, really fun. They are refreshing. I played through it again recently, and both of them, and it was just really enjoyable.
All right, so let's go favorite mon. So I mean, you said Umbreon is one of your favorite mons, but
it doesn't even make my top 5 anymore. Unfortunately for Umbreon, it used to be, but then other things overtook it.
So you can take this as either favorite mons to use League format, favorite mon in general. Just pick how you want to answer.
I'm taking it as favorite Pokemon in general. And do you want me to explain why I think these mons are what I like best, or?
You could just explain your favorite one.
Okay. So. Okay. Well, let's go in order. I'm just trying to figure out my 5th, because I know my top 4 already. Is just trying to figure out the 5th one. You know what? Let's just make it a top 4. 4th is Sneasel.
All right.
3rd is Crobat. 2nd is Weavile.
Evolution of Sneasel.
Yeah, I like it so much because when we were playing on the DS in Gen 4, I remember being amazed at how well Weavile was doing against all of us by one of my friends. And that also got me into liking Sneasel as well, because I remember hunting down Sneasel and trying to figure out how it evolved and just really enjoying it. But anyway, my favourite Pokemon is Mega Mawile. Or just Mawile in general. It was my first ever non-Gyarados shiny. And everyone's first shiny was Gyarados, but first ever non-Gyarados was shiny. And I remember really, really enjoying that, and I trained up, and I beat the Elite Four with it, and I just have so many good memories of that Pokemon. And then that's actually what drew me to Ubers originally as well, in the fact that Mega Mawile wasn't banned there.
Alright, I can respect that. I know, like, the first shiny I got was actually on my friend's game, and it was like a Bulldog. I played through 3 generations of games, and I didn't actually get my first shiny until I was farming Dittos in X and Y.
Yeah.
So, and I got a Ditto. I was
nice.
like, well. All right. So, what would you say your play style is?
I can do most play styles if I want to, especially with a team like this. I normally stick far away from stall because. And that's not to do with me hating stall as a playstyle. I think it's fine in theory. I just think that in practice it actually sucks. But when you've got a team with Florges, Mola, Mega Venusaur, I mean, stall is always an option that your opponent has to consider. Most of the time, I'll go for bulky offense.
Yeah, I mean, common playstyle.
Most of the time, I just feel like the best way to try and win is to try and outplay your opponent using your own offense. How you execute your offense is the most important thing. And I feel like bulky offense is the one that normally gives me the most opportunities to do that. But as I said, I'm not against mixing up my playstyle, but I'll always have a way to win, basically. Even if I'm playing stall, I'll play stall with something like Carmine Florges, or like a Sneasel, or something offensive that can win the game for me in the end, basically.
Yeah, alright. So, to end this off, we're going to go, so Sun and Moon, we've heard about it. So, the question we're going to ask is, what is your favorite, like, what starter are you going to pick? What starter are you going to pick? This is the most important question here.
Well,
I don't know if you've been keeping up or trying to hide off information, but, it's always cool to look at the stars.
I've seen the starters, and I've seen the leaked potential final evolutions of the starters, and that leaked final evolution potential of the starters is what's giving me pause.
Alright.
Have you seen that picture? The one with the cat ember and stuff?
Yeah, I've seen parts of it. Like, the dude who went into the website and checked out the source code. So I've checked that out, but I don't know.
If those leaks turn out to be true, I'm probably going to just ditch my starter and go with some of the new Pokemon as my next type. But if the leaks turn out not to be true, I'll probably go Litten, because I was so disappointed with the way that Litten looks in its final evolution form. Maybe I'd actually go Water, because the Water one's final evolution form looked good to me, but I really don't like the way the cat Ember looks. We've already got an Ember, we don't need two.
That's true.
I prefer something like a leopard design, or or a big cat, a predator, something like that. Not an Ember. Ember is one of my least favourite Pokemon aesthetically, and I just don't like the fact that they've gone that way with Litten.
Alright, so I had to wrap this up. My cousins are like trying to get me to do stuff. So anyway, it's been nice interviewing you. So
nice talking to you too,
guys. Yeah, check him out. His link will be in the description. Yeah. Alright.
Bye.
Alright, I'll see you later.